said what? SINNOH Remakes? Nah, SINNOH Remakes can't be happening yet. Nah, not happening. How's it going, guys? My name is Maikya and welcome back to a new video. Today we are going to be discussing the possibility of remakes very likely happening now. We've just had some news from Eclipse on Twitter and on Reddit, and he's been basically saying that we're going to be getting a direct announcement very soon, and he's basically done a post talking about all the things in the direct announcements that we're expecting. Apparently they started filming 2 days ago, so today is the 15th of January 2021, and 2 days ago they started filming the stuff for the direct, and he said from his sources, he obviously can't list them for reasons that he doesn't want to go into, but obviously he doesn't want to get taken down with a cease and desist or anything like that. So he said from his sources that we are expecting a direct very soon, and also he has mentioned the release date for the SINNOH Remakes, but I'll talk about that a bit later. I'll let you hold on to your seats a little bit longer. Before we get into the main content of the video, if you like and subscribe, that would be really appreciated. Only a small percentage of you who actually watch the videos are subscribed, so I appreciate you guys' support, and for those that aren't, go ahead, press that subscribe button and join the Maikya family, and let's get straight into it. So, looking at the screen right now, we have the actual Reddit post just here, and it's talking about 2021 Pokemon plans. I will read through it, we'll talk about it as we go. That's usually the style of things I do here on this channel, so we'll just go straight through it and read all about it. So, filming on February's Pokemon Direct began 2 days ago, as I just said before, with Masuda reaching the Pokemon Company. The content of the video is being finalised just as we speak in this initial talk phase, mostly due to the fact that by June, more or less, there will be another Direct / Pokemon Presents or Nintendo Presents with another list of announcements. So they basically decide now if something will be revealed, shown at the start of the year or later in time. So we could have the Direct happening this January, February, or we could have it maybe happening in May or June time. We'll see. They're trying to work it out now. To be honest with you, I think with the coronavirus, it's very likely they've probably shuffled stuff about a bit, but they've set certain things in stone due to development. But how they do the news, they can change that. It's sort of easy to change, and they sort of do it as and when they need to do it. Now, there's a little note here. When this was written 2 days ago, a few important things have happened. So there's a new Snap trailer. I haven't seen it just yet. I'm going to do a sort of reaction to that on the channel. It'll probably be up after this video. So go check that out when it comes out. Basically, they've got a new Snap game coming out, and they've also set up a release date. I think it's the 30th of April or something like that. And obviously, they're not going to shatter the entire of the Direct into small single videos to present the new titles, as he's saying here. It was announced before, but obviously the Direct might cover some more of Pokemon Snap. So the listed topics are here. We've got Pokemon Snap, obviously. This could only be mentioned during the Direct. The Snap part, obviously, like I said, there's a trailer already come out, so they might just give a little bit more information, who knows. Detective Pikachu 2. The game will be vastly improved from the previous title, and they're not talking about just graphics, they're talking about curing the game mechanics specifically to get the best response possible from fans. That's brilliant. Now, the way they've gone with Bandai Namco with the Snap game, it's quite easy to see why everything's going to go really nice this year. The graphics are brilliant, the mechanics look brilliant. I haven't seen the trailer, but I've seen screenshots and it looks really good. So Detective Pikachu 2, if they hammer that as well, that's going to look fantastic. And then moving on to that, we've got Pokemon Unite, which is the Pokemon MOBA game. And the title's under the 3rd testing period and will be released as well very soon. Based on the decision, this game may see the light by the end of March or even before. Now that they've done the Snap announcement, I think they'll probably do Unite after the Snap. Because I think if they'd done Unite before the Snap, they would have actually announced Unite first, but they haven't. They've done Pokemon Snap first, so I imagine Unite's probably going to come just after that. But it's very close to being done. We know it's the thing. We know it's been sort of revealed. I suppose we already know it's a thing more than we did with Snap, so I suppose it could come first. We'll see. But I'm very excited for that game. I will be buying it. Either way, expect official updates regarding Unite between the 29th of January and the 6th of February, whether they're going to release it right away or announce an extra international test field. So end of January this month or start of February next month, we will be getting an update. It could be that they say it's now available on the Nintendo eStore, eShop, whatever it's called, and you'll be able to get a digital download. Obviously, game shops aren't going to be able to do a release of that, which is going to be difficult, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. I don't think it should be. I don't think it should affect it too much. People are doing more digital downloads than ever before anyway, so who knows? Pokemon Sleep. This was promised a 2020 release, but they never talked about the title for a long time now. I don't know anything about this APK. They'll reveal more about Sleep alongside other small announcements, so it could happen now before the Direct, or middle year with another Pokemon Presents during June, and that would make sense. Yeah, so it was meant to be done by the end of 2020. There was meant to be Pokemon Sleep out there, but we haven't heard anything since. So obviously it's been hard to implement, or maybe they've not been able to develop it as easily as they thought they would, or maybe due to the pandemic again, they've not been able to develop it fast enough. So that could just be the case, and maybe they're just holding off on news until then. It could be that they failed it as a project. We don't know yet. We literally don't know, so we're just guessing here. Now, after this, there's 25th anniversary trailer plus music event, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. Cars promotion, general products promotion. Brilliant. So that's just... Apparently they're going to do something about cards. There's something new about TCG that they want to do, and also people are getting really into the TCG, and the value of cards have gone up massively, so I imagine that's probably going to be introduced into the Direct as well somehow. Now, here it is, Remake Reveal. This is rare to happen during the Direct. The current talk period is mostly because of this. It's always thought the remakes would be revealed separately in their own specific trailer, but they are actually planning something, or at least they're considering the possibility of an early reveal. I think this will be to boost morale in Pokemon fans, and I think it'll also be a good, wise strategy to sort of feed us snippets. I think they did it with Sun and Moon. They sort of gave us the starters really early, and then just fed us little snippets bit by bit to keep us hooked and keep us interested in the games. So that's basically all they have on the table right now. I haven't finished yet, of course. I waited this specific day to talk about all these infos because of the Direct filming schedule, and only in order to get extra stuff to share with you all. Otherwise, I could have only shared the above section. I hate to say this, but the reason why Centro Pokemon basically confirmed remakes during the Direct is because they're discussing about the possibility of an early reveal, as I said. So, Centro Pokemon, if you didn't see, I'm sure you will have seen plenty of other PokeTubes videos. I'm going to be doing it on my Rumour Recap on Sunday. There will be a video talking about this. But basically, they made the diamondpearl.pokemon.com domain go live. They didn't make the actual website go live, they just made the server go live, which meant that people got an update. So anyone who's watching the URLs on their Pokemon's company's websites, anyone who's watching those and the ports, it's all complicated, but anyone who's watching those saw that they updated that website. In the meantime, recently, they've been able to take it down, so we can't see that there's a server active anymore on that port, but we've already seen it, so the damage is already done. There's no damage control they can really do from this point onwards, so we know it's happening. We've seen that the URL is already a thing, and that's because, like Eclipse says here, they're doing a early reveal potentially. So that's why they wanted to have the website live and ready to go, so that when it came to the announcement, they could just go publish and it's done. So what they'll have to do now is they'll probably have to wait to activate that server just before the Direct. Once the Direct's announced, they can activate that server, and then once the Direct's announced, they can activate that website and get ready to go with it. Who knows? I think that's probably why it's happened and how it's happened. Centro probably have someone who confirmed to them the ongoing discussions. They got excited and dropped the news right away. I do have a source by myself, by the way, a talkative one apparently. It's interesting to hear that there are people at the Pokemon Company, Nintendo, or Game Freak who talk. It's quite interesting to think that that's a possibility. Now, I know these guys are all random Twitter users or Reddit users, but I think that's to keep some anonymity. I think they know people in the industry, and I think they try and keep anonymous as much as they can. I think Eclipse maybe, or Centro obviously has some connections somewhere, either it be family, friends, whatever, like colleagues. They just know something or somebody, but they have to keep themselves quite quiet, because if they don't, then obviously they'll get in trouble. Finally, here's some awaited details. So this is about the card promotion. This is the interesting part. This could strangely be a topic of the Direct if they plan to promote the newly announced first partner pack, considering that the banner will be released on the 26th of February, which is, I think, Pokemon Day, right? Maybe just a mention, who knows, but this is not what I wanted to talk about. The news on the cards doesn't stop here. This mini collection divided into the various months of the year will include 2 of the 3 special sets focused on the 25th anniversary. 1 jumbo starter card set. Each first partner pack will include 3 jumbo starter cards and 2 booster packs from recent expansions. The binder will be a special jumbo binder to store 30-ish giant cards. The thing you don't know is that they're discussing the idea of selling a peculiar first partner pack with a jumbo Pikachu card alone, but with 3 booster packs instead of 2 to compensate the price. It's probably going to happen since they were sure of this promo. An unrevealed McDonald mini set. This set will as well include the starters from previous generations. That'd be interesting. And an unrevealed TCG set to be released later this year, likely after the 8th of October. Moving on. So TCG's got big, obviously, and they're doing stuff to tailor to that. 25th anniversary trailer and music event. UMG will promote the 25th Pokemon anniversary, dropping an album called P25 Music, with collaborations of big artists like Katy Perry. We've already seen this as a thing, so we already know this is happening. Not only that, UMG draws on the contribution of some of the most important names in the world music scene, from emerging artists to well-known superstars. One of the main collaborations is with Katy Perry, and she was chosen as the ambassador for this initial promotion and collaboration, also because she is herself one of the artists from UMG record label, and she genuinely loves Pokemon, as constantly shown in the past, so she was perfect for this role. Sorry if my talking's a bit bleh, it's just there's lots to read. The other artists are from UMG labels as well, and they'll feature in a natural music program event created just for the Pokemon 25th anniversary. So that's next month, so that'll be really cool to see who's actually in it. This music program is called Legends, and they'll have a dedicated website that'll be revealed in the near future, and will constantly update with all the participating artists as well as the program events. You'll be surprised by the love Pokemon is getting into this music celebration in general in this anniversary. This is just one of the numerous projects of Pokemon 25 prepare, because 2021 is going to be huge. I've seen some people wondering if some of the chosen singers there will be K-pop groups. I don't think K-pop artists have been included so far, but never say never. Given the interest and popularity they're having all over the world, it can't be ruled out that some negotiations are not underway. Just in case it happens, here's a list of K-pop artists that may end up collaborating with Pokemon. So I've got the list there. I'm not going to read through all of them, lots of names to consider, but they're there. I think maybe with the 25th anniversary, there's definitely going to be some huge names in there. And I can see why they'd spend so much money on this 25th anniversary. It's a quarter of a century. It's huge. And having Katy Perry at the front of it is probably a really good idea, because it appeals to that general mainstream audience. I think it's going to get more people into Pokemon than ever before. For a game that's from 1996 originally, it's historic. It's as historic as Mario and Sonic, I believe, personally. I know it hasn't got the same sort of one character, I suppose, as Pikachu, and I know the games haven't got the same one character, but it's still got that charm, and I think it's going to go for a long time yet, so it'd be interesting. Anyway, by the way, Katy Perry and the Pokemon lead track of the album is called Electric. I don't know what type of MV they decided for Electric, but there's a high possibility they'd show some type of merchandise in the actual MV through Katy's appearance. As far as I know, Pokemon-themed backpacks are on the way, not from Adidas. This time it might be Levi's, but I'm not sure. One last important thing. The P25 music album will feature a 40 minutes long playlist. I would buy that. With 11 different tracks, including Electric by Katy Perry, and it will be released on the 16th of October 2021. That's a long time away, so they're going to do the performance in February, but then the actual playlist is going to be released in October. Who knows? Interesting. General products promotion. Other than that, there'll be more accessories in the future, such as big Pokemon plushies, small action figures and plushies, food-related products, skateboards, school-related products, toys, new pops for your pleasure, new variety of clothes, jackets. After last year's shirts, they're going to do jackets apparently. Now, a good source for this sort of thing is PokeShopper. If you don't follow him on Twitter, it's Paul Ryan. He's brilliant. He's got some really good information on merchandising. He does a lot of the Pokemon merchandising news and stuff like that. So go follow him. He's brilliant. You can see what's going on. Just before I've recorded this video, they've just announced some new shirts. So it proves that there's going to be more merchandise coming, which is brilliant. And I would love to get some jackets. That'd be cool. New Switch-themed controllers, Pokeball replicas with sensing function and LED lights, all in metal. They would be beautiful for my little setup back here. So that'd be quite interesting. CD playlist with all the songs from the album P25 Music. I find it weird that they're going to do a CD release. I suppose that makes sense, but it's so hard nowadays with CDs because no one really uses CDs. And so how do you do a physical release of something if it's not a CD? You know what I mean? Some of these products may be available right after the Direct, for example the Pokeballs. Brilliant. That's all the major stuff we're getting during this year. There is even more to be decided planned regarding merchandise, but I can't tell you what it is about exactly. But looking at the list I wrote, I don't know what else to expect except that it'll be good for sure. I think this lack of information on these specific products is due to the fact that these unknown items are linked to the remakes and they plan to release them at the end of the year as promotion for the games. So there's no need for Pokemon to unveil the mysteries right away at the start of the year. Okay, so there's a bit on Snap. I'm not actually going to cover this because I'm going to cover this probably in my other video in reaction to Snap. I haven't actually seen any of this, so I'll probably just talk about it when I react to it. So we'll just skip back that for now. Pokemon Unite. First, a few things I want to say about this APK. Today, more footages have been leaked revealing the implementation of skins. Let's talk about that stuff real quick for more curious. They're divided into rarity. Each one brings specific upgrades to the main champion we're using. With champion, I'm referring to the Pokemon for those less accustomed to the language of MOBA, and will be unlocked based on your tier/rank. That's brilliant. So we're going to get skins for each of our Pokemon. I think it's brilliant. So it's costume changes, different textures, different visual effects, sound effects, you know, that sort of thing. And they're all under testing for what regards the combat style of the champion, the effectiveness of the move. They'll change the gameplay a lot for a more colourful and enjoyable battle system. Status is part of the game, but will only have burn, poison for cheap damage, and sleep, freeze working like a paralysis. So you've got stats for part of the game as well, and they're into 5 categories. We've got attack, defense, mobility, scoring, and support. All the champions specialise in one or more of these 5 stats, and each one of the stats can be calculated with ranges from 1 to 10 more or less. In general, each Pokemon reaches total stats of 24/25. Good to know. So this is really cool. I think they've got a system working in place. They've transferred Pokemon as we know it. So when they did Pokemon Go, obviously, they had to turn all the Pokemon into CP, combat power. And now with this new game, they've sort of transferred these things over. So like speed's turned into mobility, for example. Interesting how they've done it, but it makes sense for MOBA fans who want to get into it. Really, really awesome. Now on to the big thing. Remakes. Whether or not they are shown during the Direct, it will be initially through a small video, a few seconds, and only in the future they'll release a proper dedicated trailer to the cause, probably at the beginning of July. That's what we're expecting. We already know this. At the end of the day, how they do release cycles is they do a sort of teaser in February time, January, February, end of January, start of February. And then they'll do another thing in May-ish time or June, and then they'll do a massive trailer in July. So that's what we're expecting. So whatever you're thinking, nothing major will drop these first months related to the remakes. If they clear their mind and decide to do so, then just expect the logo names, box arts, or something cheesy like that. In the past, I shared a picture mentioned DD and DP, and finally I can end this once for all. I don't know the names yet. I posted that in particular to bait other rumours online, since in that period remake rumours were starting to spread more frequently. You can't say I was wrong at that end. Plenty of rumours and leaks talked about Dusk Dawn or Diner or Dimension. I'm not talking about people's discussions. I'm referring to actual fakers online who is making fun of us every single day. Interesting stuff. Right now I don't know the names. Do you want me to invent some random names to make you happy, or actually explain why I did that? Good for you, don't trust any rumours that use those initials, you're welcome. But what I can tell you about the names for sure, again check the comments because I don't want to make this longer. Hold on, I don't want to end this all without the most important thing. I'm happy to tell you that the remakes are set to be released 19th of November 2021. This date is not going to change whatsoever. So if something major occurs, obviously they might do it by a week, push it back a week or whatever, but they're not going to postpone it, they'll probably just do it when. So 19th of November is supposedly the release date of the SINNOH remakes. They are SINNOH remakes by the looks of things. It's weird this early getting a release date. It's really strange. It's the 15th of January and we already know when they're coming. However, it makes sense because last year, I can't remember, no, the year before, Sword and Shield, I think was the 17th of November or something like that. It's always a certain date in a month. Let me just check my calendar. So you can see my calendar here. So if we go down to November. So yeah, so this is on the Friday, and I think they did it on the Friday last time. So if we go back to 2019, I think it was when Sword and Shield came out. Okay, so it was one of these dates along here. I can't remember when it was exactly, but it was definitely one of these dates. It's like the second week or third week of November. It always happens that way. They do it just before Christmas, like I've said before. So, it's interesting. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling now. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know if you think this is legitimate. He seems to know what he's talking about. He seems to not give away too much information that seems fake. He seems to know what he's saying. He seems to have a reliable source that doesn't actually seem fake. It seems very, very legit. I'm sure it is legit because I think he's done things in the past where it's become true, so there's always that to think about. Just let me know in the comment section what you think, and I think I'm going to leave it there. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, and I'll see you next time.